Okay, excellent. Excellent responses, everyone. I guess it's my turn then. Okay, so where to begin? Well, first of all, how necessary is money? Well, I agree with what most of you said in regards to this society, in that you'd be mad to get rid of money. Like, in a capitalistic society, if you just got rid of money, you'd, well, like so many of you said, trade would be so much more difficult, if not impossible. But what about outside capitalism? Well, how necessary is money? I think we can actually do without it. And I'm going to use the Venus Project as an example for most of this response. So I'd just like to pick up a few things which you guys have said, and whether I agree or disagree, and we'll go through it from there. Right, so in terms of social stratification, the point came up that it's not money that's the problem, but wealth. How the wealth is distributed, how it's concentrated. I've had difficulty following this point because without money they would never have obtained this wealth in the first place. The fact is that money controls most of the available resources in the world today, apart from really air and water. Well, you get bottled water and stuff like that, but you know I'm talking about, like water fountains, stuff like that. In order to get money, you have to do things for other people, which is a service in itself. One person has power over the other. I don't know, maybe I'm missing what you guys said, but if you can explain it in greater detail, please do below. Okay, another point was how do you get hold of resources in the Venus Project, and Moza came quite close. I mean, what happens is you have to realise that this is after the transition. This is after everything's already been automated. All the simple jobs like transport and stuff like that, that's all been automated. Alright, as for getting hold of resources in the Venus Project, I don't know the specifics, but they said that, like, if you want something when you're visiting some place, then you simply check something out like a camera, go around the tourist attraction, take your photos, and then check it back in. I think we're meant to imply that we get the photos from there or something, but that's what happens. Everything's just kind of on loan there, if you like. As for things which you keep for yourself, well, you order them from home. And again, I don't know the specifics, but it gets delivered to you. I think it's automated, I don't know. But there's a lot there that I think hasn't quite been fully explained. So I'll have to check it out. And I'll be carrying this on in my origin videos anyway, so I'll be talking about this a lot. Moza asked about the Venus Project, if the government forces everyone to just do their bit. And well, I'm not going to get into the specifics, and this is going to sound quite bad at face value, but the fact is there isn't a government in the Venus Project. I'll go into more detail on my own channel. It's to do with educating out the root causes of crimes rather than just passing laws to try and prevent them. Just a quick way of paraphrasing that. Another point that was raised is that we should try to fix the problems in our own society rather than just scrapping it and coming up with a new one. And to that I'd say that's a good idea if the problems are actually fixable in this society. And we've been giving money to Africa for years, and the problem is still just really bad. People are still dying in the thousands every day. The point is, if we're doing everything we can in the context of this society and it's still not helping anything, then maybe we should look elsewhere. And that's why I think we need to think about ideas like this, the Venus Project. Another thing that was said is that the Venus Project might not work because humans are naturally selfish and greedy. Now, insofar as we do what benefits us, I agree. But remember, everything in the Venus Project is plentiful. You would never have more than you'd need. I mean, we never just go hoard mass amounts of food that we never ever eat. Another point that was raised is that in a resource-based economy, things would be rationed. You wouldn't be able to get certain things, but again, everything's abundant, everything's plentiful. And the essentials are automated, so you'd be able to do anything that was really feasible. Anything that's feasible now you could still do, as long as it obviously didn't involve money. Like, you couldn't be an accountant or anything, but you could literally do anything else. I don't know if that made much sense either. Right, Nothian made the point that the Venus project could possibly work and it should be tested, and I absolutely agree with that. I'd also say that when he said it would be quite hard, when it would take a while to get there, one thing they did say is that without money they would be able to research things a lot faster, they'd be able to create things a lot faster. Like, there's absolutely no doubt in my mind money slows things down in that respect. Like, you can only research what you can afford to research, you can only build what you can afford to build, and if you get rid of money, you can use cleaner energy that, you know, you can build sources of cleaner energy, whatever it is you need to do, that would have been impossible before because of money. So the transition would go a lot smoother and faster than it would if it was using money. So to paraphrase, I think money is necessary today but not in general. I think the good points are that it simplifies trade, it makes trade a lot easier. The bad points, it causes massive problems, like in Africa. You know, we have the poor suffering because they just don't have enough money to buy the basic things they need to survive. The fact that people have to actually have to do, in some cases, jobs they really don't like to get this stuff. That's obviously one of the bad aspects here. Now, incentive. If people might argue that if you take away money, then there's no incentive for people to actually do anything. And I just think that's a really pessimistic way to look at society, and I don't think that's true at all. There's no evidence whatsoever to suggest it. It's just kind of speculation. If you can point me to some evidence, that would be good, but I really don't think there's even a feasible way of testing this. You know, never mind if there's any evidence for it. Let's face it, I have no incentive whatsoever to do Axis or Origin, apart from contributing to humanity. It's got nothing to do with money at all. So, and this is 100% honest here, so this is some evidence for it. Well, it's not exactly objective evidence that you can test and all that stuff, but I would call it evidence in my own head. I don't know. You get the idea. And do I think a system without money could work? Well, I think the Venus project could possibly work, and I think we should give them the chance to test it. And I'm going to help them out as much as I can if I can ever, get a partnership or, get Axis flying or anything like that. I'm going to help them out. So, thanks for watching and bye.